Well, hello everybody. This is our getting started tutorial on the combined gas laws. So this is the combined gas law. We've combined at the top right here, we have Boyle's law. And then when we add the temperature 1 over here and temperature 2, we basically turned it into, we've added in Charles's law and then Gay-Lussac's law over here. So the first step I always recommend you doing is cross multiplying to get the T1 out of the denominator and the T2. So when you multiply both sides by T1 and by T2, you end up getting this. In fact, I'll draw it a little bit bigger over here. So we still have the P1, V1, but now we've got T2, and then you still have P2, V2, but now you got the opposite temperature. This makes it a lot more easy for you to rearrange. So in our first problem here, we are looking, in this one, for volume 2. So I'm going to circle here. We want to get volume 2 all by itself. Now these factors, these variables are all multiplied together. We can rearrange them any way we like. So if we want to get rid of pressure 2 and volume and temperature 1, we can just divide by P2 and times T1. Those cancel out and those cancel out, but we do have to do the same to this side of the equation. So now we're going to be multiplying these 3 variables, then we're going to be dividing them by these. Depending upon your calculator, you may need to put brackets around here. The regular ones we use in class, like this, you don't need to do that. Some of the other ones you may need to put brackets when you go to hit divide. So I'm going to go ahead and put equals. I'm going to zoom out a little bit so we can see everything we're working on here. All right, so pressure 1 is given to us as 1.5 atmospheres. 1.5, I'm going to put ATM on the top just to save some room on there instead of putting after. We need to then multiply it by volume 1. Volume 1 is 3.0 liters. 3.0 liters. And then we need to multiply that by temperature 2. Temperature 2 is 30 degrees Celsius. Always on gas laws, we need to use Kelvin. So we add, we add 273 to this, which makes that going to be 303 Kelvin. So temperature 2 multiplied by 303 Kelvin right there. Now put that like this. Now we got to divide by pressure 2. Pressure 2 is 2.5 atmospheres. 2.5 atmospheres. Now the nice thing here about always putting your units, since I could cancel that atmosphere with that atmosphere, we know that these are, we're good to go. If one of these was kilopascals or millimeters of mercury, we'd have to convert one of these because we need to be able to cancel those out. Lastly, temperature 1. And temperature 1 is 20 degrees Celsius. We need to add 273 to that to change it to Kelvin. And I think that's going to bring us to 293 kelvins. And so we're going to multiply that by 293 Kelvin. So this Kelvin will cancel with that Kelvin. Our answer is going to be in liters. So when you're using your calculators, scientific calculators, anything that's up here on the top in the numerator, you multiply those. Anything in the bottom, divide. So you could do 1.5 times 3 times 303 divided by 2.5 divided by 293. And you should end up getting about, when you do that, 1.86, and the answer will be liters. And you might have rounded that off to 2. So you want to make sure, practice with your calculator, that you're getting this number when you're doing that. If you're not, you may need to, when you're multiplying this, when you go to divide, then you may need to put a set of brackets on some of your calculators. So coming down, looking at the rest of these, I don't see that we've really got any problems other than you're going to rearrange the equation just like we did here. We've got torr. Okay, we're looking for torr there. Okay, over here, millimeters of mercury. I'm just kind of looking through to make sure. Here we got both of the pressures are kilopascals. So, oh yeah, so this one you're not going to have to do any. This is just pretty straightforward. Just remember, change these. You got to always change the temperatures to Kelvin. Degrees Celsius plus 273 equals kelvins. Okay, well that's it for getting started. The rest of these, you just need to rearrange that equation Okay, tell you what I will do. P2, I'm going to, now, so if we're looking for P2, I'll just help you rearrange that one. P1, V1, T2. I'm not going to do the whole problem, but here's the base equation set up. We're looking for pressure 2. So on the second one, since we're looking for pressure 2, we need to divide by V2, T1. V2, T1. Those will cancel out. And now, just like we did over here, you're just going to go through and substitute 600 millimeters of mercury times 2.5 liters times, let's see here, times, okay, you're going to have to add 273 to the 50, whatever that'll come out, and then you're going to divide it by 256 milliliters, and you're set. Okay, so there you go.